Little video tonight, and as we move into autumn, thinking about getting a little bit more warmth in the clothing, layering up, and something I haven't had before is a vest. I've always fancied a vest or a waistcoat, something of it's a fairly interesting fabric. Really like the hunters or poachers waistcoats with the additional pockets, but what I found here is a really nice sort of medium weight vest from ONI. So if you follow my channel, you'll know I've always really liked ONI, probably one of my favourite brands of denim, mainly for the fabrics. Just absolutely superb fabrics. They weave them themselves, lots and lots of slub, loose weave, heavy weight, albeit this isn't heavy weight, but you know, they're secret denim. I've done a long-term review on these. Really nice sort of light blue indigo colour there, fantastic denim, 20 ounces, really lovely texture, lots of slub, but check back if you want to see a bit of that. But this is equally slubby, so it's got a fairly thick yarn, even though it's only 12 ounces. It's got that loose weave that we all sort of recognise as being part of the ONI DNA, and it's also got this really interesting sort of pinstripe pattern. Initially when I looked at this online, I thought this was a Wabash fabric. It's actually not. Wabash fabric I've had before in this really quite nice sort of work shirt from Bronson. Really super affordable, Chinese brand. Really doing a good job of making sort of heritage clothing over there for a really good price point. But a Wabash fabric is created, it's not a denim, but it's created by droplets of starch on the surface, and as it's dyed, those areas don't take on the colour, so you end up with this sort of pinstriping. I used to think it was actually a sort of acid or a bleach dropped in afterwards, but apparently it's a starch added before dyeing. But yeah, so that's a Wabash. This is not a Wabash fabric. This is a drop needle denim. So this striping is created by a weaving technique, and the point being that it doesn't change the integrity of the fabric, and yeah, really nice. So pick this up. Also got a couple of extra things coming up from Denim. So Denim is one of my favourite brands, and if you want to try them out yourself, there's a discount code below. But Denim over in Japan, buying direct from Japan, really good prices. Also got some TCB Baker pants, so a nice sort of olive drab colour here, so Two Cats brand, TCB. Really continuing to seek that perfect pair of trousers which isn't made out of denim, so I'll do a review on that shortly. Lovely fabric, really interesting brand. Glad to have a piece of their sort of fashion in my collection now. And also just a very little extra item, I think £13, little denim bag from Momotaro. I guess they basically use all their offcuts and make sort of various small denim products out of it, but I was looking for just a little wash bag when I'm travelling, just chuck a couple of things in and actually be able to get a Japanese denim one. If you know me, that's right up my street. So a couple of extra items there. I'll do a review certainly on the Baker pants there. Probably won't do a review of that. I think we can work out what a denim wash bag's like. But yeah, so a couple of things from Denim to come up. And yeah, so back to the vest. Just before we get into the close-ups, just thinking about the fit and sort of styling. So bit nervous on buying a vest online. As you can imagine, no sleeves, etc. mean that you don't get that many dimensions to work from. I got a 40-inch chest tag size, perfect fit, very pleased with it. So just for reference, I'm about 5'10", probably 75 to 80 kilograms depending on the day of the week or the season, and the 40 is absolutely bang on. So the real measurements on that, on the chest, it's measuring across at about 20¼ inches, so 40 and a half across the chest. On the shoulder, it's 13 1/4, and finally the length is 23 3/4 inches. So perfect fit for me, very pleased with that. In terms of how I'm going to wear this, I think I'm going to probably layer this up. So the way I picture it is probably white t-shirt underneath and layered with a denim jacket. I've got a lovely denim jacket which I'm still working on from Tanuki. So that's kind of how I see it styled up. So what we'll do is we'll come in and look at some close-ups. Just coming for some close-ups here. Obviously the first thing to talk about is the fabric. As I say, it's that lovely drop needle 12-ounce denim, and hopefully in this close-up you can start seeing the thickness of the yarn and the slub. Certainly on the reverse there you can see how thick the yarn creating the fabric is. As I say, the drop needle allows the nice sort of pinstripe pattern to be created without any loss of integrity of the fabric. Really nice. So this is a relatively lightweight denim from ONI, but they're famed for their texture and their loose weave. So loose weave I always think sort of equates to sort of lightweight, or not so much lightweight, but comfortable denim, which is nice and breathable. Yeah, super fabric from ONI. That's really their unique selling point. On the front here we've got 3 patch pockets. Very simple construction, just stitched on the front. Little bar tack stitches at each corner for strength. You've got the classic ONI donut buttons. I always thought they was made out of iron. I'm not quite sure. I've never had any sort of tarnishing or anything on the ones I've had, but they're sort of branded buttons there. Just opening it up. Have a look inside. On the inside, we've obviously got the edge, I guess you'd call that the planket, which just goes all the way around. You get that second contrasting sort of copper stitch running all the way around the front and the collar, around the arms, which is rather nice, quite subtle detailing, but maybe as the denim ages and fades that'll pop out a little bit more. On the inside we've got fairly simple construction, so no selvage, no felled stitching, simple overlock I think on the seam there is what we'd call it, but really nice quality of work. Say sort of the piping, or whatever you'd call the extra bit of strengthening around the arms there. They've got their vintage styled rayon label up at the collar. Around the back we've got a simple straight hem, and on the front we've got the slightly more interesting pointed hem. Yeah, really nice fabric, simple construction, and very well put together. Well, that pretty much brings us to the end of the review. Really enjoying to see how this fits in with my wardrobe. As I say, I've never really had a vest before, so it'd be interesting to see how useful that is. Really interested to see how this fabric develops over time. Love ONI fabric. It is just so well made and genuinely very interesting compared to the standard fare from Japan. Great stuff. So yeah, I'll do some updates on this probably in the next year or so, as I do with most of the things that I sort of put to use. If you want to find out a bit more about their secret denim, there's a couple of reviews of that on my channel, and of course we'll be doing the Baker pants shortly, the TCB, the Two Cats brand Baker pants, which have just come through from Denim as well, and of course the Bronson shirt there. Had that for a couple of years, might be due an update. It's wearing in nicely, really good value for the price point. I think this was probably less than £50, so really good deal on that I think. So yeah, if you've not seen the channel before, please check it out. Lots of denim, quality footwear and everyday carry, fountain pens, pen knives, that sort of thing, so do check it out. You might find we share some other common interests. If you found this review useful, obviously give it a thumbs up. If you've had one of these vests or any other drop needle fabrics from ONI, please share your thoughts below. And yeah, that's about it. Okay, Thank you very much. Bye bye.